7 strange phenomena in the world that cannot be explained scientifically. Number 1. Mumbling voice. In the city of Tess, New Mexico, the population became uneasy when many of them heard low-frequency murmuring in the early 1990s. Described as a murmur or hiss, the annoying voice began to be a questioner for 2% of the total population. Although researchers have dug deeper about this phenomenon, they could not find the origin of his voice. This murmuring voice is also heard in several areas of the United States, Canada, Britain and Australia. 2. Walking stones. Also called sailing stones or walking stones, these stones are seen moving by themselves, even leaving a trail to shift in the former path of motion that they passed. Researchers have been trying to find out the background of this anomaly in California since the early 1900s. The time-lapse recording captures the movement of the stones at a reasonable speed. Many scientists and researchers believe that the movement is caused by rocks that shift over thin layers of ice that form throughout the night and melt during the day, but many also disagree. Some people believe that this mystery has been solved, while others say it needs further research. Fairy rings. There are many stories about fairy rings, also known as elf/pixie rings. This mysterious mushroom ring appears in the grassland or inland forest. These mushrooms form a perfect circle, and according to spiritual experts, the center of this circle is a dangerous place. According to fairy tales around, fairy rings are formed from fairies' dances. According to them, dancing by these experts accelerated the growth of the fungus. According to legend, brought or moved fairy rings will be brought bad luck and havoc. There are no researchers who have succeeded in solving this phenomenon. Giant stone ball. On the island of Isla del Cano and Iquique Delta Island, Costa Rica, there are about 300 round objects of varying sizes. Named by locals as Les Bellas, which means ball, this round object is also nicknamed the Iquique ball. These perfectly round stones weigh up to 16 tons each. Most are made of granite ore, but there are some made of limestone or sandstone. Until now, no one really knows where they come from. They certainly are thousands of years old. Number 5. Gong pipes. At the peak of Mount Gong in China, something strange was discovered by American experts in the early 2000s. Pipes of various sizes of suitable diameter are found in areas far from settlements buried deep in ancient rocks. They are made of 30% silicon dioxide, calcium oxide and iron. It is believed that their age has been trampled for centuries. This researcher to make the pipes needed a very sophisticated drilling technique that must be known at the time. There are those who prove it to be fossilized trees, but no one can prove it. Dragon fireball above the Mekong River in the Southeast Asian region. Glowing orbs are sometimes seen emerging from the water and firing themselves hundreds of meters into the sky and then disappearing slowly. This phenomenon is known as the dragon fireball or Mekong light. The ball looks reddish in color and has a size that varies from a small spark to the size of a basketball. The appearance of this fireball was reported to exist in mid-autumn at night. Until now, no one has been able to explain scientifically about this phenomenon. 7. Pollock's sister fought back in 1957. A tragedy enveloped the Pollock family at Hexham, a British compilation of Joanna, 6 years, and Jacqueline, 11 years after being hit by a car while walking to church. Their parents mourned their 2 daughters. And finally, Florence Pollock gave birth to twins. They named their twin daughters Jennifer and Gillian. Their parents find it odd. Jennifer has the same birthmark as the late-born Jacqueline. Initially they ignored it until finally the twins grew up. They asked for a toy they had seen and asked to go to a place where they had never been, but the deceased brother had prepared everything. They began to think about the twins being the reincarnation of their 2 daughters who had died because of science that was able to explain.